died at Mount St. Helens, but today scientists say the volcano is fuming and rumbling again. The volcano activity is nothing like the spectacular eruption that took place on this day 5 years ago. But for the people living near Mount St. Helens, things haven't been quite the same since. Nadine Berger has our report.
5 years ago today, with unprecedented fury, Mount St. Helens erupted, decimating 150 square miles of lush green forest. An earthquake causing an avalanche uncorked the mountain's molten rock and hot underground water system. Like a pressure cooker exploding volcanic rock and ash into the air, the top half of the snow-capped peak blew away in a mushroom cloud. Virgin trees tumbled over and floated like matchsticks down the Toutle River. Heavy ash deposits and flooding killed the vegetation. Debris turned the rivers black. Small animals asphyxiated. More than 6,000 elk and black bear died when their lungs burned from the 800-degree Fahrenheit heat. In all, 57 people perished. Some are still buried here. All that was left was a 180-foot crater with a central lava dome big enough to house downtown Portland. Even the geologist who had been anticipating the mountain's eruption for years was surprised by his reaction.
Well, it was certainly one of amazement, and I was up in an airplane within 45 minutes after it had began erupting, and that was probably the most awesome day of my life.
That day has given way to a more tranquil 5th anniversary. Although the devastation of Mount St. Helens is still in evidence, there are signs that nature is beginning to heal herself. Plant life protected by the snow is flourishing. The elk are back, along with birds, mice, and rabbits. Blooming flowers are beginning to grace the hillsides, and the 7,000 trees planted here promise to rebuild some of the timber lost. Spirit Lake is clearing. Even the fish are coming back. Congress has created a monument here, 110,000 acres of land so stark it resembles the other side of the moon. It is the best living laboratory known to man and will teach us about volcanic activity for generations. Ironically, while nature balances itself, people in the area are still suffering the effects of what has been dubbed post-St. Helens syndrome.
Most of these people had difficulty getting motivated to restructure their lives because in many cases, their life savings and their homes that they had invested years of energy in were washed away.
Scientists do not believe we will see another eruption like the one 5 years ago. However, regular earthquakes occur in the dome, and on a clear day, the activity of the volcano is visible. But for all our scientific knowledge and sophistication, what we have humbly come to learn is that 5 years later, Mount St. Helens is still beyond our ability to predict or control. Nadine Berger, CBS News, Mount St. Helens.